Hi, my name is Anny. I'm the shorter from Nice for the Voiceless, and we are talking about all kind of violences against women, including trans women and queer people, because of the 16 days of awareness against domestic violence. So yeah, today's topic is dating violence and abuse. And dating violence is when someone you're seeing romantically harms you in some way, whether it's like physically, sexually, or emotionally, or all of the three together, of course. And it can happen on a first date, or also when you fall deeply for someone after a while, for example. Dating violence is physical, sexual, and emotional, or verbal abuse from a romantic or also sexual partner. It happens to women of all races and ethnicities, of all levels on income, and of all education levels. It also can happen across of all age groups and also in all heterosexual and same-sex and queer relationships. Some people call dating and domestic abuse, especially when you live with someone. So what does dating violence include? Dating violence includes emotional and verbal abuse. What is this? For example, it's yelling, shouting, name-calling, bullying you, isolating you from your friends and family, saying you deserve the abuse or blame you for it, and then giving you gifts to make it up again or promise to change. It also includes, of course, sexual assault and rape, and that's like any forcing sexual act you don't want to, or doing something sexual when you're not able to consent, for example, when you've been drinking heavily. And physical abuse, that's hitting, shoving, biting, throwing objects to you, choking, or any other aggressive contact towards to you. And it also can include forcing you to get pregnant against your will, or trying to influence what happens during your pregnancy, or interfering with your birth control. Some signs of dating abuse include, for example, forcing you to have sex when you don't want to, telling that you owe them sex in exchange for taking you out on a date. Acting overly jealous, including constantly accusing you of cheating. Being extremely controlling, such as telling you what to wear, forbidding you from seeing your friends and family, or demanding to check your phone, email and social media. Constantly checking in with you and getting angry if you don't check in with them or her or every other identity, them, they. Putting you down, including your appearance, like clothes, makeup, hair, weight, intelligence, and activities. Trying to isolate you from other people, including by insulting them. And blaming you for the abusive behavior and listen the ways you made him or he do it. It also includes like refusing to take responsibility for their own actions, apologizing for the abuse and promising to change again and again and again. And I want to add to that point, like if someone showed you this kind of side, they never change. It exists. So, having a quick temper, so you never know what you will do or say that may cause a problem. Not allowing you to end the relationship or making you feel guilty for leaving. Threatening to call the authorities like police, deporting officials, Child Protective Service, for example, and many more, as a way to control your behavior. The behavior described above is okay, even if your partner does only a few of these things, it's still abuse. Repeat it, it's still abuse, and it doesn't matter if it's like one or two or all of them, it's abuse. It's never okay for someone to hit you or to be cruel to you in any way, even if it is emotionally, physically, verbally, yeah. So digital abuse is also a thing in dating abuse and violence against women, and it's a type of abuse that uses technology, and that's of course like texting on social media, And it's more common to younger adults, as we use all like kind of dating apps, and it can happen to anyone who uses technology. And it can include like repeated unwanted calls or texts, harassment on social media, pressure to send you a nude or a private picture, using texts or social media to check up on you, insult you or control whom you can see or be friends with you, demanding your passwords to social media sites and email, demanding that you reply right away to text, emails, and calls. In a healthy relationship, both partners respect relationship boundaries. You do not have to send any photos that make you feel uncomfortable. Once you send a revealing photo, you have no control over who sees it. They may show it to someone else. So think about that, how much you can trust a person before doing it. Dating violence or abuse often starts with an emotional or verbal abuse. The person may start calling you names, constantly checking on you, or demanding your time. This is your partner's attempt to gain power and control over you. These behaviors can lead to more serious kinds of abuse. That is something you have to keep in mind, such as hitting or stalking, or preventing you from using birth control, or protecting against sexually transmitted infections, STIs. Dating violence can happen even on the first date if a date pays for the date. That does not mean you owe them sex. Any sexual activity that is without your consent is rape and sexual assault. So yeah, because we are more likely tending to connect to other persons digitally. It means also it's a little bit easier to experience this kind of assault dating wise, because people online, they don't have this shy attitude anymore, you know. They just reach out and text you what's on their head and on their mind, and not thinking about how disrespectful it is towards to you. And you should never go in for something like this. And I know it's hard, and it's also from the book I'm reading from Florence Given Woman Don't Owe You Pretty. It's like this one sentence: when you wear like pink tinted glasses, like when you're falling for someone, all the red flags are just looking like flags. So I know exactly how you feel maybe about this, but once you recognize it's a red flag, it will always be one, and there will come more and more and more. And at some point you're waking up and you're starting to realize you're losing yourself, and it affects and harms your soul and your heart in so many ways. The earlier you realize, the better. Yeah. We of course also put some sites down for references, and where you can talk to people too if you're feeling like you're in an abusive relationship. And yeah, I hope all of you stay safe.